Hello again, this is Ep4, and we're going to be playing a little bit more of Bob Johnson here today. This is my sage that I turned into a greatsword user. So he doesn't actually know how to use magic, really. Just like level 1 magic anyways. Looks like we might be able to buy a little bit of salt. Let's see here. I don't know if it's going to be enough for a level, but oops, that's not what I'm trying to do. Gotta remember my keybinds here. There we go. Not intentional there, but you can go into your inventory and use items that way to avoid having to put them into your hotbar. I just kind of did it out of some weird backwards way of thinking there. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We were going to do Axe Thrower 5. Oh, we already have Axe Thrower 5. Well, in that case, I think we were trying to get to down here. Get some heavy armor going. And we're just going to skip a level here and go straight into it. This will allow us to craft something. Maybe. We're currently in yellow load. This is light armor, but it's some of the heaviest light armor. It's actually pretty good, though. It's 10 physical, 14 fire, so, 34 fire, 27 physical. They usually hold the same ratio across the items there. What we got for rings? We got double damage oriented rings. We've got this thing for physical defense. 10 defenses. Pretty good, pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. So to compare that to the original game that would be about 20 defense, and your rings in that game would have been split between strike and slash. But there's no strike and slash in this game. But even still, you have the same amount of total damage types. Cold just replaces strike or whatever you want to call it. And the original game, Salt and Sanctuary, actually had the same thing going on there. What are we about to do? We were doing Redstone Peak. I think I was thinking about doing some hunt for some stuff, though, here. Blade of Teeth. Let's just do Dreadstone Peak. Just keep going forward. We killed the 2 that remain last time. Those are 2 of the 4 monks that are mentioned in the story. So, spoilers ahead. Okay, that's something I want to fix right there, is I don't want you to be able to, like, triple hit when you're coming down like that. I think that the downward strike should be actually quite powerful. But I also think that it should only hit, like, once. Maybe twice on a mage if you're, like, really high up and you get the head stab, but I think it needs a little bit more of, in the game, I think it's called hit swipe. At least that's what the first game called it. And so it's a little timer that basically prevents certain classes of attacks from doing stuff. I mean, this sword is still doing pretty good work, so maybe it's not that big of an issue. To farm, I mean. So this area is probably one of the best and worst, depending on how you feel about some of the enemies. There's Dracomancer, there's... Let's use this real quick. And there's, let's see here. There's Dracomancer, there's Chronomancer, there's the Mind Flayer dude. Trying to remember what his name is. Basically, the Mindomancer. My brain is not working, which is a common thing. So someone came in through the... excuse me. Someone came in and destroyed the temple and stole the tree and all this other stuff. And basically... just kind of do that. Get that back down. So this is our next tool. We can fly, basically. Hover fly thing. But yeah, they stole the tree, and they put it somewhere, and they used it for something. And it's... I call it the Tree of Life because of a reference in the fan-made Drowned Tome lore book, if you will. There is this whole lore about the fire and the sky and the Tree of Life. And it's what the keepers of fire and sky in the first game talk about. And so, like, there's fire on the ground, lightning in the sky, and then the tree that holds up the sky, the Tree of Life. And so fire and sky are the essences of magic, and they're also the essences of, so to say, life itself. What is his name? What is he called? Neuromancer. Let's just do the Neuromancer for the sake of it. I think we need to do 3 in this area. This is the most involved zone, I believe. But yeah, the Temple of 11 was basically kind of guarded by a bunch of different people and protected, and 2 left and 2 remained. And we fought the 2 that remained. They're basically shadows of their former selves to some degree. But there were 2 that left, and as I said, this is heavy spoilers here. But the 2 that left have relationship to the first game. In that one is the boss of this game, and one is the boss of the other game. I am forgetting which key is what here. I'm throwing instead of drinking. We have... yeah, we can do 2 more here. Break my legs. So the Neuromancer, I actually think is really cool. I think he's really squishy comparative to some of the mages. He's kind of like the Fungalmancer. You fight him once and then forget that he exists, maybe. I find that actually kind of disappointing. And this is not the mage I thought I was fighting here. There we go. And again, the wrong button. But if you get hit by a lot of his attacks, what happens is you slowly accrue Confusion, which I think is just neat. It's just neat. It's not strongly meaningful, I don't think, at the same time, but is that an actual enemy? No, it's just a background thing. And it will cause your controls to all be wrong. So jump becomes roll, and roll becomes jump, and left becomes right, something like that. Curious if I can kill this Chronomancer. That might be a really good, might be a good kill. Come on. Come back over here. Even my axe went too high. But yeah, talking about the 4 monks. Ow. One effectively joined the Inquisition, or created the Inquisition. I'm not sure how that exactly plays out. And the other one, ow. I was mid-swing. Is it a time worm thing? I don't even know. Reset a little bit here. No. Okay. Let's heal up. I want to show this off here. That attack has been nerfed by 20% of its original damage right there. I just want to show that that triple hit is just insane. And I get that I don't have the highest of defenses here. But if you get 2 of those guys hitting you at the same time, it's just a lot of damage. And we're probably a little under leveled. But still. Because we're not like... We am including you in this. We're skipping a lot of content here, just kind of doing a fast run through. More so than a perfect run through. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. Let's do this. Okay. There's the Neuromancer. We lost the Chronomancer, though, it seems. There he is. He's come back. Welcome back. Oh boy, this is going to be a mess. Oh, jeez. Here, taste my axe. So, 1 left and 1 remained. Well, 2 remained, but one went to the highest point in the world, so to say, in the world that they know. And which way am I supposed to go here? Show me. Show me. Okay. If I'm supposed to go that way, And this dude's down here. That means... they still hurt. They still hurt a lot. I was trying to hunt the Chronomancer, but we'll see if I can actually do that. But basically... one left to see if he could prevent the gods from punishing us. And then the other left to see if he could overpower the gods. And so, with different purposes at hand, they set off to do what they did, and both failed-ish. Naturally, if you played the first game, you know what I'm talking about, to some degree. The Nameless God is effectively the one that left to overpower the gods. He sought an ancient, powerful location, the Abyssal Fane, and in the process, lost himself in the power that he gained. He stole the power from some of the gods, and withered them away in the crypt of the gods, of the dead gods. But that wasn't all of the gods, and it's not all the gods even. Most of the gods in this game are not mentioned in the other game. I'm not going to get the Chronomancer out of the free run there. I could have, if I could find him. But he went further south, I guess. So I'm going to try to get purposefully hit by some of these abilities here. There we go. That's the one I want to get hit by. So these hurt you, but a lot of them do not hurt you. Okay, that one hurts. There we go. Okay. So right is left, and left is right, and jump is roll, and roll is jump. And we just kind of wander around a little bit. Since it's just a reversal, you're good to go once you figure it out. Okay, let's just heal up here and reset. I thought this boss was a really cool idea. I feel like a lot of his design was kind of underutilized. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not paying enough attention, I guess. I think he does kind of suffer the whole there's too much going on maybe thing that a lot of the bosses do suffer from. And we'll just flatter him and be done with it. Now, interestingly enough, he is the only mage that you can get something from if you say the right dialogue. If the mist comes after the dawn but before the sun, and an egg comes after breakfast before an illness, which comes first, life, death, or the beyond? Beyond, parting gift to you. The secrets of this realm pale in comparison to the secrets of the gods. Zelfzuin. An infinite maze of interlocking symbols branches in an endless vault of thought. Oh no, he has mind fog. You don't want that. And then this is the Chronomancer. I am not going to activate this at the moment. I want to kind of reset where I'm at here. There's some stuff right here. The second that departed is the undone sacrifice, and he tried to prevent the gods' plans, basically, by blocking their power. And by blocking their power, he... Oh, come on. I always have a problem with this guy. He likes to jump up there and then be a problem, I guess. Can't go there. This leads up to the Fallen Star, the airship, which we will go to later because it is required. But the Undone Sacrifice, he decided to block the power of the gods, and so he bound himself to the stolen Elder Tree. And, yeah. By binding himself to it, he took upon him the power of the gods against himself. And suffered those pains, so to say. Well, I guess we can get to the Falling Star right now. The door does not open from this side. Well, fine. Okay, how many do we need to kill? 2 more. That's what I thought. This doesn't open from this side either, does it? This is gonna be bad. One missed jump here is all that it takes to lose everything we just got. Okay, we're safe-ish. But the Undone Sacrifice here, he became undone. And the dam broke, or I should say started to leak, which is the basis of the mages coming into the world. His leaky mind prevention of the gods turned men into mages. And so the Inquisition exists as it does, hunting these mages, not knowing exactly where they come from. But as you traverse the game, you find out that they come from us. Us is the problem. It is a cycle. And she is either in on it or becomes knowledgeable of being in on it. And there's also some insinuations of your player finding out that, let's see, runic art damage, maximum focus, focus on perfect block. None of those are useful to us. This has been, I believe, nerfed in the mod. Or buffed. I'm not sure which, but I think it's nerfed. I think the idea is that it's maybe an additive value. Maybe that's how I nerfed it. We got an Eternal Greatsword. It's strength. And it's not bad damage. No. Might need to come back to that. I don't have any ash pyres. Let's go buy some stuff from this guy. Can't afford that. We'll do it this way like I did last time. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. We'll try to do this correctly. No. Why is equip the first button? There we go. Bunch of salt used. No idea if it was actually worth using all of it, but... probably was. We had a little left over. Let's continue down this tree maybe a little bit. What's our strength? 32. We probably want to get our strength to 40? 40 in this game. Axe thrower gives us strength. There's 3 points there. I would like to get over here to the next Juggernaut node, but we're so close to getting our strength maxed out, so is there a direction I can go that is any form meaningful? Well, if we ever wanted a different direction here would be kind of useful. We could get some points in will. So stamina is still 1 point per level, but it is a little bit... It's both tighter and fairer at the same time. You're going to get more from items and effects, I think, in general, because you can stack them. So if you're really struggling with stamina, the mod can kind of supplement a lot of that. But you start with 75 stamina in the mod instead of 67. And, no, is it 75? I think it's 75. I want to say it's 75. What's our willpower? It's 83? No, you start with 80. You start with 80 stamina, I think, is what it is. Let's see here. We've got something giving us stamina here. Yeah, 70. So you start with 70 stamina, you have 5 willpower, and you can get to a maximum of 40 willpower before the soft cap, which then gives you 35 bonus stamina, which is a 50% bonus in your stamina usage. I don't know if we got anything useful from any of the mages here. Item find, magic find, not magic find, salt find. Nothing of significant value there. We are wearing a stamina regen amulet too, so like, it's not nothing here. Might get a pyre stone from that? No. Not really. Zromantom is the Chronomancer, and generally I would suggest the Chronomancer next. I'm gonna fast travel into the Temple 11 and go down through, although this might be more dangerous than it's worth. Speaking of danger, yeah, I might want to nerf those samurai dudes a little bit more. They're just a little too much damage. I think the biggest thing is that they have a hitbox that just comes out immediately. Yeah. It's not so much their individual damage, it's the fact that there's so many of them. I apologize for being bad and dying. Gosh. Okay. If I can aim, that'd be great. There we go. This is really bad damage because I don't really have these leveled up, and they're also really bad weapons. And he probably has a ton of physical resistance. Interesting that they give you rage for throwing weapons. I never actually noticed that before. Let's see here. We get 15 defense from popping that. Maybe it needs to be a little bit more. I don't know. With the balance patch, they made a bunch of stuff, in my opinion, a lot easier. Which is one of the reasons I don't implement some of their changes. For example, the Guiltless Shard in the balance patch gives 10 defense to everything. You're still getting defense based on level bonus. So the base game, both Salt 1 and Salt 2, give defense per level. The first game gives 9/8, 1.125 per level. And I think that even starts at level 1. But the second game gives, I believe, 0.4. And so what I did is I removed the flat 10 that the Guiltless Shard gives, and I wrapped that up into the actual per level bonus. So it's 0.5 per level instead of 0.4, but it comes completely from being guiltless instead. One of the little things about that is I think I probably want to add an extra 5 as a baseline. So it's 5 plus 0.5 per level. So it's not undoing the entire thing, but it's undoing some of it. It is technically better to be guiltless in the mod overall. Ah, Dracomancer, why are you here? I do not want to deal with the dragon spawn here. They have a move that... Not even that move. Things do way too much damage in this game. It's hard to talk. And then I haven't... and play, and then I haven't played this game in a while. Can't drop down there, it's too far. We want the guiltless to not instantly die. There we go, he made that move. So I understand that, like, I'm not very heavy armor here, but that dude just chunked me for 80% of my health. And I have 16 vitality, so putting that in perspective. Whoa, whoa! That didn't work out how I wanted it to. But hey, I'll go through this door. We need to go up and around to be able to do anything there. We are technically hunting the Chronomancer, which is probably literally right, like, above us. Okay, let's just do this. Not getting very far. Sadly. Oh, go away. In the zone of I don't want you here. Let's see, what else is there in the mod that I need to probably make aware? Ow. But yeah, one of the things is I want to just continuously nerf some of the damage values so that you aren't forced to have a massive amount of armor or health to just live through an attack. There's a few attacks specifically. I think I've already nerfed them, but I can't remember. Straight above us, I guess. I've nerfed these guys by 20% already, both health and damage. But I do think the damage thing is, where is he? He's literally straight above. Did we skip him? Did we miss him? Am I blind? Possible. Very possible. Or maybe he moved after the fact. Come here. Oof. Go to your death. Bye. Yeah, I just literally went the wrong direction is basically what it comes down to. Woohoo! That's fun stuff. And they can turn. They can turn mid-animation. Just pointing that out there. We actually have to drink that after the fact. Mind, I am crafting potions constantly. I want to point out that I am planning on removing a significant aspect of the drops of enemies, just giving you herbs for no reason. No, 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 no. Okay, do I have something slightly heavier that gives more physical armor that isn't just absolutely crazy heavy? No, I don't. I literally need to go this way. I was going the wrong way the whole time. We will have plenty of stuff to craft from the Chronomancer. Death from above! And it doesn't matter. I staggered him, and it doesn't matter. My axes are going so slow. That is a really cool aspect of the Chronomancer, is that he can do these little temporal warps. HD go. Went down. But I was saying about these. One of the ideas that I have, at least the core idea of it, is that you wouldn't just be able to constantly craft like I'm currently doing. You jumped. I don't know what to tell you. Because you'd run out of actual resources. Those would be refreshed upon reaching a checkpoint, an obelisk, naturally, so... Yeah, just use the same attack 3 times. Yeah, there we go. So you'd be able to use like an obelisk and refresh your inventory basically from picking herbs or finding them. And it's not that you shouldn't be able to ever find them from enemies. It's just that right now, pretty much every enemy just drops one thing. And that thing is a combo of ore versus herbs. And it's actually just a 50-50 chance of both. Like, it drops one or the other. So if you get multiple drops, he really kicked me midair. He's in the slow time. I'm not. So there you go. I just got 4 valley herbs because a bunch of enemies died there, and they all had potentially multiple chances to drop the same thing. Oh my goodness gracious. You two can fight each other. I'm going to stand over here. You can go. No, no. There's Dracomancer. Woo! Okay. If you are in there and you have iframes, though, you do continue to have the iframe because it's based on the frame data. So you can manipulate these both ways, which I personally really enjoy. But it's just as likely as you won't do that, but, you know. We did it. We made it. Here he is. Yep, like that. Like, I am just absolutely caught in an issue there. He's not doing his famous attack that was getting me in the beta. There. Got him. He didn't do one of his most dangerous attacks there, so that was slightly more lucky than anything. I'll point out that this character has 400 something herbs right now. Can't show them to you because they're in my bucket because they automatically transfer backwards, but yeah, 400 herbs. I think they're a little excessive. And I know a lot of people, you know, first time playing especially, they run out of herbs and they get frustrated, but if potions are stronger, like they are in the mod, then I feel like this also helps to buffer some of why you might have previously been over potioning, that kind of stuff. So you can see that they get teleported here. Got 432 of them. It's just too many. Potions are stronger. You're using less potions potentially because of that. I've got a ton of Irona ore, which could actually be way higher. If Irona ore was 200 and these herbs were 200, then that's probably a better ratio. So we probably want this to be dropping a lot less from enemies. This could be dropping a lot more. Maybe this could drop in pairs. Something little things like that. Just to kind of round out some of the balance of drops. And I do think that some aspect is that you should be coming back and harvesting some Irona. Or whatever. Eternal Guard's Helm. You buy these guys weapons. Buy this guy's sword. Let's just do that real quick. Valorous Greaves. That's light armor? Really? But that's one of the two that remained. His armor there. It's actually kind of cool looking. I might try to get that. I don't really care for his helmet, but I don't have my head exposed anyway. My helmet doesn't display. I've got that turned off in the settings. Okay, we're at 50. No, we're at 36 strength, which means that we are almost maxed out for strength, which is great. I'm gonna put that there and put that there. And that there and that there. And we are now at 40 strength. Beautiful, beautiful. And is there anything that we can undo? We've got a bunch of Arcana. This gives 1, that gives Resolve, that gives Arcana. So we've got like 1 Arcana that we don't need here. We can go over here and start working towards that. That's light armor. Maybe I want light armor instead of heavy. Luck versus endurance. Go. We don't have a whole lot we can do yet, but we can. Class 4, class 5. We can craft some stuff. No, I'm jumping all over the place with what we're doing here, or what I'm talking about, but you know, there's just a lot of different things in this game that it slowly becomes kind of overwhelming to talk about everything. We'll see where we're at here. Focus on kill, overall attack and defense. This has been changed. This item specifically. The two-hander is a great hander, great blade, whatever you want to call it. Rapier. The original of the gold ring gave a like really low amount of defense, and I believe I changed that to be a percentage. It's a pretty low percentage, but I think it's like supposed to be 5% attack damage and 5% defense. And so this is kind of the in-between of the leather ring, and there's a defensive ring somewhere. I don't remember who it gives it to you. I don't think we have it yet. Well, there's a great blade I can make. That would be an amazing great blade to have. We're gonna craft the amulet first, and we'll craft the great blade. Let's look at some of this stuff. That's not what I want. So here's the sword of the one of the two that remain. So it is a different attack. I think? No, maybe not. Yeah, that one's a thrust. This one's a flip. Yeah, so this is just a slight different deviation of attacks. And then, of course, the attack 48 and attack 82. That's going to be related to the fact that it's not upgraded as well. So, like, we don't have any Ash Peers. We do have twin Ash Peers. I am going to upgrade the Great Blade over this. They both take fire because they're both fire. This is a conviction blade, so that actually does mess with our stats a bit. Where this is dexterity and strength, and this is just strength. I think I'm just going to spend it on this. I need 2 of them. We'll just keep using the Blade of Teeth for now. Let's look at what it looks like, though. That's the wrong button. It is a pretty good-looking blade there. Kind of strapped on there. And then it has... It has Time Essence. This is the imbuement, damage imbuement. So like this one imbues it with damage over time fire. This one imbues it with a air strike that is like a mid-air strike that is delayed about 1 second, 2 seconds, something like that. And so it does basically extra damage, but it does it out in front of you shortly after your attack. So you're basically getting kind of 2 attacks for the price of 1. My guess is it still does like a 50% damage bonus comparatively. And so it's a pretty good weapon. I think the daggers are probably cooler. The fire, not the fire daggers, the chrono daggers. The chrono blades, if you will. Go to Dreadstone Peak. We still can't really do much with our armor. We just don't have anything unless we craft it. And I haven't really been looking at stuff to craft. Oh, we crafted this. This is... So I didn't realize this when I made the mod. These stats are dynamic on the amulets and rings. So it's saying that this hastens stamina regeneration, this does nothing. What this is actually doing, or what it should be doing, it should be giving us attack speed. I have no idea if it's working. Let's see if we got anything else. Mass focus, 11. That's great if I wanted focus. That's a lot of focus. I don't really care about focus. We're going to go this way and see if we can go and do the Chronomancer. Not the Chronomancer. The Humbramancer. We just did the Chronomancer. What are you on about, Zephyr? It's the wrong mage. Ah, right. There's this. You do have to be kind of quick on some of these grabs and things. We'll save right here. Well, save and checkpoint, basically. The Umbermancer gets a lot of bad rap. I personally really like him. Be warned, there are invisible enemies. They do turn visible when they attack, at least. No, you can't jump to that. You do have to come from the right side. I won't tell you how. You can figure that out. I'll spoil the lore, but not the gameplay. Kinda. So he's dropping 2 Valley Herbs. Ooh, Void Pipe. Steel glass ore will give you yet another concoction. There is, I believe, at least one potion per area that you can concoct, which is neat, but it felt very strange to exist on top of the throwing potion item type. Shimmering Bud, that's pretty good. I know I've missed some. I don't remember where, but I know I've missed some Shimmering Bud. So this will take us out here. We've been here before. That leads us to the boat, or the ship, airboat, airship. This is Lumen Ore. Yeah, and Disman Ore. We got both. So one's arcane damage, or shadow damage, dark damage, whatever you call it. Ow. That needs to be fixed. I'm not sure how to fix that, but... This is the Umbermancer. Here we go. Good start. We're off to a good start here. Get headbutted by a goat. Not even a living goat. But like a semi-undead Hazeburn goat. These guys are blind. They have the blindfold bag on their head, I think. Yeah, I think they do. Or something really similar looking to it. I think he's all the way at the bottom, so if we fast travel to the base of the mountain here... I find this boss to be an amazing use of shaders, if you're familiar with shader stuff. Internally, I think he's like bright purple as a backing color. We'll apparently just traverse this again since we picked him up here. This guy is effectively just... I'm going to call him Faster Karstjaw. He is the swordsman Karstjaw wishes he could be. He's fast. He's a little more elegant. And while maybe not teleporting per se, like Karstjaw does with his quick little teleports, definitely on the quicker side of things. More as an overall thing, though. Give me your darkness. That is not darkness. Oh, that is darkness. His most dangerous attack, I think, is generally the waves, because people aren't used to dealing with them or realizing how they work. The game really doesn't give you a lot of parryable, focused stuff, and then kind of surprises you, I think, with a little bit of that here. I mean, it's definitely there. You could be parrying a lot of the game. It just feels like it's very pointless because, well, it's just defense, right? And I think in a lot of ways we're trained to see parries not only as defense. In video games, we're always looking for the critical riposte, whether it be Salt 1 or Dark Souls or the Sekiro or whatever. I don't think I can make that jump. I think I have to go around. That's disappointing. So we'll probably do this boss and call it quits. But that's still 3 bosses. I think it's still good progression. You just stay down, you don't get hit. And I am, like, not trying to do what I'm doing right now. It's actually really frustrating there. See if I can do this. Nope. Ooh, the follow-up. You can also go to the backside of him. He does like to do the flip around. But he's got kind of a similar, like, sword stab attack or sword slam attack, where he erupts the ground a little bit. You can actually do this in the middle of the fight. I just didn't come in with full potions, so you can judge me for that. If you want to do the roll-heavy focused fight, you can. He's still very defeatable by rolls alone. The farther you are away from him, the more he tends to do the wave attacks. Oh, that took forever. But he switches directions only after the second sword wave. And so you can roll through him and then roll through him again. And that's the general way to do the roll. Highly suggest using roll 2 personally on a lot of things. In previous video, we saw that I couldn't do a certain jump with a roll intermixed between it because of the trap in the bog was hitting me if I had green carry weight versus the other kind. So I will say that since the sort of say DLC, we'll call it that, this is a really good place to kind of go back to camp. You have a high and a low, kind of place. You've got starter place, the low place, or mid place, whatever you want to call it. I think this area has an extra one in the temple and one below the temple. But we can just return to camp right here, and then the dragon will be the next. So the frost worm will be the next boss that we tackle. And let's see here. What can we do from this guy? Where's he at? Darkness. Umbral Mask. So a lot of dark defense. He has a high blade. He has a glaive. He has some twin daggers. The twin daggers can do a single of those waves. Half spear, throwing dagger, dark defense. Dark defense. Those are kind of redundant. And then dark attack. Sure. These are kind of boring in my opinion. And this one kind of comes out super late for dark damage, but you can't really do a whole lot of dark damage until this point. I guess the water dude does dark. I didn't even see the water dude in this run, apparently. I have never even seen Hydromancer on this character. That's interesting, to say the least. I don't think any of his gear is probably useful to us at the moment. I'm going to work my way down towards... Ooh, there's a vitality point there. This didn't split in half right here. That might be a good vitality point to go through. Because you could be like, oh, hey, I want to go through vitality instead of endurance. But you can't. The level is more important than the endurance at the moment to me because it means that we can get to this faster, which means we can wear some fancier stuff. So I would probably buy this guy's chest plate first. It's going to be the heaviest, though. I don't know if we can wear it quite yet. We can. We can wear it. It actually is nerfed because we can't wear it. And it surprisingly is not that big of a nerf. We're losing a little bit of physical, 1.3, and I think that's funny. This does give us some poise, though. Look at how fancy we look. Let's zoom in on that. Look at how fancy we look. I don't know, let's put on some different boots. I think that's still the best for what we can wear at the moment. Oh, boy. Does it work? I don't even know if it works. So from here to there is about a second and a half. Yeah, it's probably close. Feels slow, but maybe it's not actually that slow. Oh yeah, that should be 35% walk run speed. Or no, it's 30. That's where it's probably 35 and not 35%. That's probably an error in the display. I'll make note of that and try to fix that before the next video. It's not my primary goal here at the moment, but it's probably 35 walk run speed. So walk run would be about 500 if we were completely gearless. So if we got like really bogged down with, say, some heavier gear, we'd probably notice this walk run a little bit more. 1, 2, 3. We get to that like second stair there. And then if we put this on, 1, 2, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Like, we can get, like, way farther here. 1, 2. So I do think it's working. I don't think it's, like, a crazy... 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Maybe not. It's hard without doing, like, a pixel-perfect comparison here. I'm just trying to line up with the barrel. That's 4 steps. Do the step comparison here. That's 4 steps. I think it's working. I think it's just not very noticeable. So I'll have to look into if that's actually noticeable or not. The reason I wanted it to be a flat movement speed, walk speed, totally referencing Diablo 2 with walk run, by the way. But it does work here because you have dash speed here. And when you're dashing, it's doubled. Your current speed is like doubled or something. And so if you have that extra 35, it's actually an extra 70. And then this actually gives 5% attack speed, 5% cast speed, 5% crafting speed, and 5% run speed. The Chronoblade Amulet. Now, should it just be attack speed? Maybe. Maybe it should. Maybe it should just be attack speed. We don't have anything else that gives attack speed up to this point except for these urns and things. So maybe it should just be attack speed. And it's additive. All of those bonuses are additive, unless they're on the weapon, in which case it's supposed to be... I mathed it out as kind of an innate bonus instead of a percentage bonus after the fact, a base bonus, if you will. But yeah, that's it for the run. Just testing out those artifacts and stuff there. Gonna continue spending my silver on this armor piece and my points on the light armor level 5 so that I can look pretty. And next time we'll do the worm. We'll follow that up with probably the bibliomancer. And then maybe we'll do the Temple of Sky. Do 3 bosses there. And we'll see where we're at with those 3. It shouldn't take long to do one of those. Bibliomancer is an interesting one that I'd love to talk about when I do him, because a lot of his attacks are completely avoidable if you know how to roll or move around him in the way that he is designed and how he faces you. Execution might be a little different. I may fail on the execution, but at least I can describe how he works. If you want to download the mod, it's on Nexus Mods. If you want to talk about the mod, we have a Discord. Come join us. There's only a handful of people in here at the moment. The Discord is just dedicated to kind of everything. So from the Diablo mod that I have on the channel to this game and this mod, and some just general chitter chatter about like gaming news and stuff like that. Until next time, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed.